welcome back to my class, dear students. Today we will continue with the chapter for civics, that is the Constitution of India. The first topic for today's class is fundamental rights. So what is right? Rights are those favorable conditions of life which are recognized by the society and are implemented by the state. Then question is, what is the definition of fundamental right? Fundamental rights are the basic rights which are absolutely essential for the all-round development of the personality of an individual and to make life worth living. They cannot be altered or removed by any simple process. So those rights which are considered essential for all-round development and well-being of a citizen of a country are termed as fundamental rights. So these are the differences between fundamental rights and simple rights. One of the essential features of the Indian Constitution is the fundamental rights. Without these rights, democracy cannot be established in any country. During the British rule, we were denied these rights. The struggle for freedom was also a struggle to secure the basic rights of the people. The Constitution of India mentions 6 fundamental rights. These are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and last, right to constitutional remedies. Dear children, this is the chart form of all the fundamental rights. So please write down this chart in your copy. It is very useful for understanding the concept of fundamental rights. Don't worry about it. I will give this chart in your class group. The very first fundamental right is right to equality. So equality before law and equal protection by the law. No discrimination on the basis of caste, creed and religion. Every citizen has access to public places. Equality of opportunity in appointment or employment in public jobs. Last one, untouchability is a punishable offense. Our next fundamental right is right to freedom. So freedom of speech and expression, no one can prevent you or stop you for expressing your views or opinion, isn't it? So freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to practice any profession, freedom to reside anywhere in the country, freedom to form association or union, okay, freedom to assemble in a peaceful manner. So all these are categorized under the right to freedom, okay. Next fundamental right is right to freedom of religion. India is a secular state, we know that. So what is the meaning of secular? Secular means there is no official religion. State impose no tax for any religion. No religion instruction is imparted in institution run by the government. Means government के कंट्रोल करने के लिए या गाइडलाइन देने के लिए कोई भी religion instruction नहीं दिया गया है. People have freedom to profess, practice and propagate any religion. Every religion has to be given equal respect and we have no right to impose our religious beliefs and practices upon others. Right against exploitation. So there are many evil practices also are going on in the society. So these are trafficking, human trafficking mainly, okay, child labor, bonded labor and beggar. So implemented minimum wages for labor. ओके एक जो सैलरी है, वेजेस है, एक मिनिमम वेजेस सेट किया गया है, ओके. बैन ट्रैफिकिंग, सेलिंग एंड बाइंग ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग्स एंड फोर्स्ड लेबर, इट इज कॉल्ड बेगिंग, ओके. Next one, declared that children under 14 years of age cannot be employed in factories or mines. Our next fundamental right is cultural and educational right. India is a vast country where people of diverse cultures and traditions live together. Okay, so any section of citizens with a different language or culture have a right to conserve it. No one can be denied admission to educational institution run or aided by the government on ground of religion or language. All minorities have the right to establish and administer education institution of their choice. So the Constitution of India states that no citizen shall be denied admission to any educational institution maintained by the state and central government. Very important, remember this. So dear children, already we discussed about the fundamental rights. But how to secure these rights? Right to constitution remedies is the answer. So it states that every citizen of India is entitled to move to the Supreme Court, the High Court, or any other court at district level if his or her fundamental rights are enforced upon. ओके सो अगर लगे आपको कि आपका फंडामेंटल राइट छीना गया है या आपका फंडामेंटल राइट सही से नहीं दिया जा रहा है, देन यू कैन अप्रोच टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट, वट एवर हाई कोर्ट और डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल कोर्ट. Okay, so under this, if fundamental rights of any citizen is violated or abridged, he can go to the Supreme Court or High Court. The Supreme Court and High Court can issue rights to enforce rights of individual. Issue rights means WRITS, and to enforce rights means RIGHTS. Okay, two different meaning. Rights means WRITS, rights mean order. Okay, these are some rights. WRITS: right of habeas corpus, right of centurios, right of quo warranto, right of mandamus, right of prohibition. Our next topic is fundamental rights as human rights. We know that fundamental rights are very essential for a democratic country. But we can't deny that along with fundamental rights, also we need some basic things like good food, a good shelter, a decent job, isn't it? Good medical facilities. So all are called as human rights. So human rights are of several types. Some of them are the right to work, right to safe and healthy working conditions, right to equality before law, right to social security and insurance, right to health. So all these rights are protected in Universal Declaration of Human Rights adopted by the UN General Assembly on 10th December in 1948. Our Constitution faithfully reflects all these human rights. Just like fundamental rights का protector है का right to constitutional remedies, already we discussed. So human rights को preserve करने के लिए, okay, safeguard करने के लिए establishment हुआ था National Human Rights Commission का. So the National Human Rights Commission in India was constituted in 1993 to guarantee the citizen their rights. Composition क्या था, formation था, it is composed of a former Chief Justice of Supreme Court of India along with a former Chief Justice of High Court and two other prominent members who have the best of knowledge and experience in dealing with human right. Function क्या है? It complements the functioning of Supreme Court and High Courts in keeping an eye on acts that obstruct and benefits of human rights. Okay, so these are the function. Please read carefully. It is always believed that whenever there are rights to be enjoyed, there are certain responsibilities attached to it. These are called the fundamental duties which every citizen should follow. So these are some fundamental duties: to respect the national flag and the national anthem, to preserve the rich culture and heritage of the country, to abide the constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, to defend the country and promote the spirit of brotherhood, to maintain and preserve public property, to develop scientific temper, to protect and conserve our natural environment. Our next topic is secularism. The secular word added to the preamble in 1976 through 42 Amendment of the Indian Constitution. So what is secularism? Already we discussed that Indian Constitution allows each and every citizen of India the freedom to live by his or her religious belief and practices as they interpret them. सो हु एस्टेब्लिश दिस कंसेप्ट, कौन ये कंसेप्ट लेके आया था इंडिया पे? द प्रोमिनेंट लीडर्स ऑफ द कांग्रेस वर कमिटेड टू द आइडियल्स ऑफ द सेक्युलरिज्म. India is secular state. Okay, you know that India is a secular state. India is a birthplace of many religions. The state does not interfere in the religious matter, nor does it discriminate against the followers of a particular religion. The constitutional expert had clearly observed that example of various countries of the world where discrimination and Dear children, we know that India is a secular state. Means हम लोग कोई भी religion follow कर सकते हैं without any interruption. But remember, no one can do anything on the name of the secularism. Okay, तो constitution बहुत सारे limitation भी रखा है the secular state tag को maintain करने के लिए. So the Article 25, Article 26, Article 27 and Article 28 are some example to control over or limitation over the secular tag. Objectives of a secular state. According to the Constitution of India, a secular state ensures that no religion or community will try to dominate the other. The state will not enforce any religion as its own. Members from the same community will not dominate as a religious community. Next topic is uplifting the marginalized communities realize their rights. So who are called marginalized communities? So marginalized communities mainly consist of the economically weaker and socially backward sections of the society. These people have been ignored due to the several reasons. However, after independence, the Indian government adopted the goals of social justice and took strong measures to improve their condition. So these are some measures for the marginalized communities. Okay, so for Article 17 of Indian Constitution states that untouchability is abolished and its practice in any form is forbidden. So untouchability जो है ये abolished हो गया है, इसका practice भी बहुत ही punishable offense है. Article 46 states that government shall take care of the educational and economic interest of the weaker sections of the society, particularly of the marginalized groups, and shall protect them from social injustice and other form of exploitation. In government jobs, same posts are reserved for the SC, scheduled caste, 15%, scheduled tribe for 12%, and OBC other backward classes for 27%. In educational institution also seats are reserved for them. Okay, coaching and training for various competitive exam is provided free to the students of marginalized communities. A national commissions for SC and ST has been set up to safeguard their rights. Various scholarship programs have been launched for SC and ST students at pre-matric and post-matric level. No person of marginalized communities can be prevented from entering hotels, temples, or any other public places. Before finishing our class, one humble request to all, please read page number 236 carefully and read the chapter thoroughly. Any day I will ask any question from this chapter. Okay, till then, bye, take care and happy learning.